Good morning, everybody. I'm Danielle Knox, and welcome to the Balancing Act. Today, boost your energy naturally with a new drink that lasts 5 hours. Also, the Profit Repairman is here to help you with your finances, and a fabulous fashion show featuring wrinkle-free fabric that is full of style. All that and more great stuff today on the Balancing Act.
Do you drink energy drinks? Well, if you're like most women, the answer is probably no, and for good reason, because most energy drinks are high in sugar and calories and loaded with herbal stimulants, and I don't know what they are. Well, this combination can make you feel jittery, followed by a crash that makes you feel worse than before you began. However, we have found an energy drink that takes a more responsible approach to helping you feel more alert and productive. It's called 5-Hour Energy. I can't wait to try it myself. Let's say hello to Carl Sperber from Living Essentials. Hi, Carl.
Hi, Wendy.
Now, why is it that women don't drink energy drinks?
Well, it's certainly not because they couldn't use a little more energy during the day.
I'll say it.
But if you look at the array of energy drinks on the market today, you'll find that they have, very aggressive macho names, and the graphics are all very bold and kind of manly looking.
They market to guys.
They market to guys, especially young guys.
Yeah.
And most women can identify with that kind of product.
Yeah.
And it also raises questions in their mind about how it's going to make them feel. They're concerned that it's going to make them feel too nervous or edgy, and it's a definite possibility. If you look at the ingredients in one of those drinks, you're going to see 12 teaspoons of sugar.
Whoa.
You're going to see 200 calories.
Yuck.
And a lot of herbal stimulants.
That's not
good. You're not
so
gonna be
that's
sure
why you
where
can
they're
get that jittery feeling and the big crash later.
Exactly.
So what's different about 5-Hour Energy?
When we started to develop 5-Hour Energy, we thought, how could we make an energy drink better? And so we started with getting rid of that crash and jittery feeling. So we didn't add any sugar. We have no herbal stimulants at all. And as a result, we only have 4 calories.
4 calories?
4 calories. We made it small and portable, as you can see, so you can carry it with you wherever you go. Glove box, in your purse, your pocket, so you can have it with you and drink it anytime you need it.
So what's in it that makes it so energizing?
It has a big dose of B vitamins and amino acids, and these ingredients help you feel bright and focused during the day.
Like waking up your brain.
It does. It wakes up your brain. Wake up your brain, and your body will follow.
And what about caffeine?
There is caffeine in it, about the same as a cup of Starbucks coffee.
Okay. For those who are sort of sensitive to caffeine, do they have any other choices?
We do. We have a decaf 5-Hour Energy that has only as much caffeine as a half a cup of decaffeinated coffee. So if you're sensitive to caffeine,
that's not bad.
It's a great product to try.
So when should people take 5-Hour Energy?
You should take it when you're tired. During your tired time, obviously. If it's in the morning, you can't get your act together, that's a great time. It's a great way to feel motivated to work out. If you crash after lunch and you think you need a nap.
That food coma?
The food coma. 5-Hour Energy is a great pick-me-up for that.
What about jet lag?
Jet lag, a lot of truck drivers use it
Yeah.
for travel fatigue.
It makes a lot of sense. Okay, now I'm going to taste it. I've never had an energy drink in my life. I'm going to try 5-Hour Energy here. It's a berry flavor.
It is.
It tastes kind of like a juice, not bad.
Not bad.
But it's small and portable.
It is.
You can chug it and keep going, and it can act pretty quickly.
Right. It takes just a few seconds to drink, and so it starts working in minutes.
Okay, where can people buy 5-Hour Energy?
Most major drugstores, grocery stores, vitamin and health stores.
Of course. And online?
Online, 5hourenergy.com. That's number 5hourenergy.com.
Thanks, Carl, for being with us today. 5-Hour Energy, something that women can trust.
Yes.
Next, the perfect solution for busy moms on the go. All right, moms, it is back to school time. So it won't be long before we're making countless trips back and forth from school, football practice, play rehearsal, and just about everywhere else our kids need to go. So as you prepare your list of back to school essentials this year, you may want to consider adding a little something for yourself. Here to tell us about one of this fall's hottest items is Kelly McDonald of Nissan. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks.
You know, and I have to tell you, a lot of busy moms out there, we really do want to cut down on our fuel costs, but we can't necessarily cut down on where we drive our kids during the course of the school year. So what are the options? What can we do?
There are a few options today. People are trying to save a little bit of money, but they can't give up activities for their kids or for themselves. They can't really change their lifestyles. So people are looking toward different alternatives. Mm-hmm. One of them being looking at different types of cars. Some families have the ability to move to sedans. Others don't, depending on number of kids and number of activities. One great option is crossover vehicles. The one that we have here today is the Nissan Rogue, which is a small crossover.
It's a beautiful car. I think what a lot of people might want to know is what is a crossover, because we hear that term all the time, but may not necessarily know what it is.
A crossover is a vehicle built on a car platform, so it gives you the ride and handling of a traditional sedan. It also gives you increased fuel economy from a traditional sport utility.
And I know it's won a lot of awards as well, right?
It has. It has been award-winning since we introduced it last year. Two of the awards, one being 2008 Best New Small Crossover from Kiplinger's Personal Finance, another from Parents.com. It also obtains 27 miles per gallon.
That's awesome.
Yes. It also has great technology features, one being Bluetooth. Another thing, my favorite feature is Intelligent Key.
Can't be yours, it's mine. That's my favorite feature. I love the idea of just being able to open up the door with one click.
Yeah, it senses that you're close to it, so you can unlock the door, and then you can also start the car without ever having to take your key out of your purse or out of your pocket. Another thing, it's got technology, it's got value, it's got fuel efficiency. It's also a very safe vehicle. Yeah. 6 standard airbags are standard on the vehicle. It received NHTSA's 5-star crash impact test rating this year, so your family will be safe in Nissan Rogue.
All right, so Kelly, right now I'm sure a lot of our viewers are making a mental list of all the stuff they're going to be hauling around now that their kids are back in school. So can we take a look at the cargo area as well? And I have to tell you, if this were my car, I'm embarrassed to say, as soon as we open up this trunk, and I was expecting all my stuff to come flying out, but that's not the case with the Nissan Rogue.
No, Nissan is very well thought out of it in terms of cargo space. We've got a cargo organizer down here that you can fit things that don't roll around. Driving you nuts, driving your kids nuts as the balls are rolling around and everything. You can put grocery bags in here as well.
This keeps everything
It does, and it's
around.
made of a very durable plastic, so you can also remove it if it gets dirty with cleats or balls or anything. You can just rinse it off and throw it right back in there. Another great feature of the Rogue, the back seats, you can flip down. You can flip down one, or you can flip down both of them.
Oh, so these seats flip down then?
Yep. Another great feature is the front passenger seat folds flat. So if you buy a rug, or if you have a piece of furniture, skis, you can fold that down. You can carry something up to 8 feet long.
Oh, that's great. And one of the other interesting things I like is that the Rogue has a lot of little details, right?
Yep.
That we may not expect in a crossover vehicle.
Yeah, one of the great things about Rogue is it is a crossover, so it gives you the ride and handling of a car, it gives you the fuel efficiency of a car, but it also gives you the functionality. So some of the different creature comforts that Rogue offers. One of the features I'd like to show you about Rogue is the glove box. When you open it up, you can take a look. It's huge.
Oh my gosh, it is huge.
Yeah, it was so big that the designers decided to create different partitions to separate everything. So you've got your owner's manual, you have your insurance and registration papers, yet you still have a lot of space to stick stuff. For example, I love putting my purse in here. You can just throw your purse in here. If your kids, your kids don't get into it, you can just tuck it away. You have a nice clean space up in the front.
I love the idea. I've never had a glove compartment, by the way, that's big enough to fit my purse. So
there
that's saying something.
There you go.
All right, now here's the other interesting thing. I can actually build my Rogue online.
You can. You can go to nissanusa.com and select Rogue. You can take a look at all the different colors and all the different features, find your local dealer, and go for a test drive.
And who doesn't like shopping online, right?
Exactly. That's how I do most of my shopping.
Hey, you're with me, both of us.
That's right.
All right, we appreciate you. Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. On today's My Finance segment, I'm talking to business expert and author of My Little Black Book to Success, Tom Marquardt. Welcome, Tom. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it because this is such a timely issue for a lot of business owners out there who are dealing with the recession. How can they succeed during rough economic times?
Well, I think the first thing they need to look at is their operations and determine what their controllable net operating expenses are. And by analyzing their P&Ls, they understand where their money is going, because if you don't have much coming in on the top, you've got to watch every penny in the middle so you have something on the net operating income to have.
I know a lot of people would say, but how can I achieve financial success during times of recession? Is that possible?
Absolutely. You can do that simply by looking at the ways that you're spending your money like a business owner and understanding what your expenses are. So many people don't realize where their money comes and goes until they take a hard look at it. And I think families that do that, they understand that every penny counts, and that there's a sense of urgency for them to watch that penny and the logistics about it. I mean, I think it's a great example. People are changing the trends and the things that they're doing. And that change of attitude and behavior must be driven by people understanding what they're doing wrong first.
So how does a business person capitalize on that and get the most bang for their buck?
Well, again, they need to look at the trends. What is happening? What is the wants and needs of the consumer and the business-to-business person today? If you look everywhere, everything's talking about energy, lower cost, things that are convenient because of the time crunch world we live in. I think if you look at those trends and see the demographics and what they're purchasing now, you can develop a marketing strategy to penetrate that segment and then put them into your pocket.
And so what would your advice be to struggling small business owners today?
Number one, focus on the sales and marketing sales pipeline. Why aren't people buying from you? Is it the front end? Is it the price consideration? Is that you don't have enough acquisition, which means people coming into your storefront? First you got to understand why people aren't buying your product, to understand how you now need to change your marketing strategy to go after that. Second, I would encourage people to look at your HR and focus on the onboarding process, because client retention means stable workforce. If you got a stable workforce, they're not going to job hunt on you, and thus you don't have the turnover cost. So that's the HR model. Sales and marketing. Operations, you got to install triage management theory. Triage management is that you have a finite supply and a finite demand, and what you have to do is make hard decisions with that dollars that you have available. And you've got to be prepared that not everyone's going to be happy with your decisions, but as a business owner in critical times, you have to follow through.
I love it. Where can we find your book?
Local bookstore, Amazon.com, Tate Publishing, and again, my website, The Profit Repairman.
All right, My Little Black Book to Success, Tom Marquardt. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Danielle.
Coming up next, we'll tell you how to travel with ease and why to not worry about having to fold your clothes. So who out there isn't time crunched? Finding time to iron and drop off and pick up everything at the dry cleaners isn't an easy task. We all know that. So what if there was a collection of clothing that was sophisticated, easy to care for, wrinkle-free, and full of style? Here today is Cher Canada, Senior Vice President of Stores for Chico's, to share an innovative line of clothing with us called Travelers. Welcome, Cher. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, now this may sound like a silly question because I already know the answer. Why do women love clothing so much?
Well, that's a good question. When we look great, we feel great. There is nothing better than looking in the mirror in the morning and admitting to yourself that you look absolutely fabulous.
All right, sure. I see the suitcase sitting behind you. What's in that thing?
Well, it just so happens to be our Travelers collection. And as you can see, I'm pulling it right out of my suitcase.
Wrinkle-free.
Wrinkle-free, not
that.
a wrinkle in it.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
That's great. One of the great things about that collection is customers know that, listen, if I've got somewhere to go, I don't have to wait. I don't have to worry about ironing. I don't have to worry about all of those other things. Are you finding that's what's increasing the popularity of that collection?
Yes, it's absolutely wonderful because it doesn't cling. It drapes to the body. All you need to get is a tank, a pant, a skirt like the one that you have on.
Well, you know, because I thought this was going to be a little bit clingy, this dress, this skirt, but it's not. I love it.
Yeah, actually it isn't. And the secret is in the fabric. It kind of molds and drapes with every body type.
Love that.
Also, we have unique sizing at Chico's. It's 0 through 3. So if you were a 10 at any of those other stores, at Chico's you're only a 2.
Ooh, I love that even more. That's great. And I know we've got a lot of great looks that we want to show.
Yes.
Let's do it. Well, you know, Cher, I have to say I'm wearing Travelers head to toe, and I love it because it not only looks great, it feels great too.
And can you believe it's completely machine wash and dry?
That is awesome.
Okay, we'll get started here. The first outfit we have is a reversible jacket made in Travelers, one of our best sellers.
She looks wonderful.
Women love it because you can get 2 outfits out of the same jacket.
Reversible, right?
Completely reversible. Satin on the inside, Travelers on the outside. We paired it up with our wonderful Samba pant. Very flattering, and look at those accessories.
Accessories make that outfit. You look great.
Absolutely. Okay, next we got safari style, and we incorporated it into Travelers. We got a beautiful jacket with a matching tank top and big secret, no tummy pant.
Oh, she didn't have a tummy to begin with.
Well, whatever she had, it's disappeared, and it's a slim secret at Chico's, and she looks awesome. Okay, purple is at the top of our gotta have it list for fall. This is a great way to get into the trend. Again, Travelers, matching tank. Look at this long jacket.
Looks great.
And look at the sparkle in it. I think it adds a little bit of just dressy touch to any outfit.
It certainly does, and that's something you can just pack and go, and you're done.
No wrinkles.
I love that. Well, tell us, Cher, where we can find more about the Travelers collection and other Chico's boutiques across the country.
600 plus boutiques across the country. Every single store carries the Travelers collection, and you can shop chicos.com online. Also for your Travelers choices.
I love that. And we also want to thank you so much for showing us that, guess what, traveling does not have to be complicated.
No.
Just throw it in your suitcase and go.
Absolutely.
All right, Cher, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And coming up next this morning, a guide to see what your explosive child is trying to tell you. Stay tuned.
My name is Micah Hilaire, and I'm a mother of 3. I'm also a lawyer that specializes in employment law. It is surprising to know that 30 years after the feminist movement, women are still getting paid less than men. In fact, a recent study suggests that women are getting paid 20% less than men only 1 year after graduation. Women, it's time to speak up. Let's get that raise we deserve. Follow these simple rules and you'll be on your way. First, develop a plan. Have a strategy, and if necessary, prepare a script for yourself. And also, make sure you plan well in advance for your raise meeting. Don't just pop in on your boss. Next, do your research. Find out your worth both inside and outside your company. Consider speaking to a human resources member to find out similar pay scales for your job position. And most importantly, track your contributions. Be able to sell yourself in that meeting, and consider sending an email well in advance of the meeting that highlights all of the contributions you have made to your company. And finally, when walking into that meeting, don't walk in there with an ultimatum. Be flexible. And don't be afraid to be assertive. For more questions, you can reach us at ahblegal.com.
Well, whether you have kids or not, you know that certain children are just difficult to deal with or explosive and are often labeled as brats or troublemakers. Unfortunately, these kids rarely receive the attention and sympathy they deserve. And so many of the books out there about explosive behavior in children treats all explosions as if they are all the same. Dr. Douglas Riley, a clinical psychologist, wrote this book on why this treatment is detrimental to both the child and others. And he's here with us this morning to talk about this issue with us today. Welcome, Dr. Riley.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And your book is called What Your Explosive Child is Trying to Tell You. What is the main topic your book covers?
The main topic the book goes into is that there are hidden causes behind all the explosive behaviors that we see with kids. Quite often, by the time the children get to my office that I work with, they've been asked to leave kindergartens, they've been kicked out of several daycares. The public schools are considering placing them into special programs because of their explosive behavior. Typically, they're attacking their peers, attacking adults, attacking even their own parents. Quite often, the parents are frustrated, and the saddest part you see of it is that quite often the parents have stopped liking their own children. That's something we hope to plan a fix for.
Pretty serious stuff. And so when you talk about the explosive child and you get to mental health counselors and you get to parents, what is the usual response?
The usual response has been that people look at explosive behavior as just more bad behavior, something that can be treated using some generic form of counseling or possibly medication. The problem with that is the people who take that view aren't looking under the surface to find the hidden causes.
What are some of the different causes of explosive behavior?
This is where it gets really intriguing. There are some kids who just cannot tolerate any sort of unexpected transition or unexpected event. There are other kids who explode because they have environmental sensitivities, allergies, even hidden food sensitivities. Some kids explode because they have a strong oppositional strain and are trying to pull equal with the adults. Other kids have hidden depression, anxiety.
You know, I think one of the other big misconceptions is when you have an explosive child, some parents, doctor, may be actually embarrassed to talk about it. Do you find that at all?
I do. No parent really wants to admit that they have a child that blows up, assaults other kids, hits the parent, and generally acts out of control like that. So it is hidden.
Well, if there is a mother out there who may be dealing with an explosive child, where can she go for resources and more information?
Well, hopefully she can visit my website, drdouglasriley.com, and find more information there on explosive kids as well as defiant kids and depressed children.
All right, Douglas Riley, we appreciate you for being with us. Thank you. And I'm Danielle Knox. Thank you so much for joining us today right here on The Balancing Act. Coming up tomorrow, a reason why you don't have to sacrifice taste for nutrition. Also, the first installment of our 10-week Balancing Act lifestyle makeover program, and a fitness guide to help you transform your stress into strength. We'll see you next time.
Air travel for the Balancing Act provided by Southwest Airlines.